John's staged model of reflection for the reflective practitioner provides a useful framework for reflective writing. Now, the reflective practitioner can write reflexively, or the reflective practitioner can write reflectively. And so what we need to do is consider the difference between reflexive writing and reflective writing. First of all, reflexive writing. Reflexive writing is very different to academic writing because it uses the first person form of grammar rather than the third person form. And this means that reflexive writing leads the reflective practitioner to write using a style based on I phrases and I sentences. And this can lead to the danger of making reflection too personal. This is what some people would argue. But reflexive writing is indeed a personal response by the reflective practitioner. And it's focused on the feelings, the surface feelings, and the immediate reaction that the individual teacher has to particular experiences. And in this regard, reflexive writing is very personal, and reflexive writing is indeed subjective. And as a personal response, this subjectivity is therefore okay and is part of the analytic process. And therefore, this reflexive writing, this personal response, provides the foundation for the much more professional response, which is part of reflective writing. And in contrast to reflexive writing, reflective writing can feel quite strange. This is because reflexive writing is very easy, it's very personal, and it's very easy for us to do. Reflective writing becomes much more academic, and we're writing about our feelings and writing about our actions from an impersonal perspective. We're trying to introduce a level of objectivity to the reflection to counterpoint the subjectivity of the reflexive writing. And what this means is that the reflective writing is looking at different models and different understandings about teaching and learning, and trying to look at aspects of our experience from a much more impersonal, much more theoretical point of view. And reflective writing is very academic. It's not a journal entry or keeping a diary, and it's certainly not the same as maintaining a blog or emailing colleagues. It's very structured and moves in an analytical way from description to a much more deeper reflection of events as they occur, and looking at events from an objective point of view. And therefore, it's very much considered an exploration of the role in the classroom, and an exploration of understandings and perspectives generated from experience. And therefore, reflective writing, in contrast to reflexive writing, should not be informal. Indeed, it should be very formal. It should have a clear introduction and a clear conclusion at the end. And in terms of the writing, the reflective writing, there needs to be structured paragraphs which lead the writer through a process from beginning to end, from introduction to conclusion. And most importantly, in contrast to reflexive writing should be linking experience to theory, linking theory to knowledge. And it should also show what the individual has learned from the process of reflection, as much as what they have learned from the experience that they're having in the classroom. And these two together, reflexive writing and reflective writing, provide a very robust process that the individual teacher can engage with within the staged model. Reflexive writing is very personal and subjective. Reflective writing is very impersonal and objective, and the two together make a powerful combination.